In a world where magic was taught just like reading and writing, there was a place called Witch School. Today, on Kahaniyaa for You, we present this story for children who have ever felt too small, too quiet, or not good enough. This is the story of the smallest witch with the biggest hat. At Witch School, witches learned how to fly, mix potions, and cast spells. Some witches were tall, some were loud, some had powerful magic that sparkled and flashed. And then there was Lumi. Lumi was the smallest witch in the entire school. She was so small that her feet barely touched the ground when she sat on a chair. Her voice was soft, her steps were quiet. But the most noticeable thing about Lumi was her hat. It was enormous. The hat slipped over her eyes, it leaned sideways, it flopped when she walked. The other witches laughed. "That hat is bigger than you," they said. "Why don't you get a smaller one?" Lumi didn't answer. She just pulled the hat back up and kept walking. In class, Lumi tried her best, but when she cast spells, strange things happened. Instead of making a flower bloom, the flower giggled. Instead of lighting a candle, the candle floated away. The teachers frowned, the students whispered. "Her magic is wrong," some said. "She'll never be a proper witch," said others. Lumi began to believe them. One evening, after everyone had gone home, Lumi stayed behind in the classroom. She sat on the floor and sighed. Her hat slowly slipped down and covered her face. And then, something strange happened. The hat glowed softly. A warm, gentle voice came from inside it. "This hat belonged to the kindest witch who ever lived," the voice said. "She wasn't powerful because her magic was loud. She was powerful because her magic helped others." Lumi listened carefully. The hat wasn't too big. It was waiting. The next day, Witch School held a magic test. All the witches were asked to fix a problem in the village. A strong wind had broken fences, scared animals, and made children cry. Big witches tried big spells. Bright lights filled the air. But the wind did not stop. Then Lumi stepped forward. She pulled her hat straight, took a deep breath, and whispered a spell. The wind slowed. Animals calmed. Fences gently settled back in place. Nothing flashy, nothing loud, just calm. Everyone stared. The teachers smiled. The other witches stopped laughing. Lumi's hat no longer slipped over her eyes. It fit her perfectly, because Lumi had grown into it. From that day on, Lumi was never called too small again. She became known as the witch whose magic always worked, especially when it mattered most. And the biggest hat in Witch School? It was no longer a joke. It was a reminder that sometimes what looks too big for you is actually showing you who you are meant to become. This story was brought to you by Kahaniyaa for You. If you enjoyed this gentle and happy story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next tale, because every story needs a listener.